Good morning, everyone. It's Rick from Ozark Living Homestead. It's is it Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday, November the 5th, right around 8 o'clock in the morning. Woke up to rain about 4:30 or so this morning, just a light rain, and that's what it's been doing basically ever since. It's supposed to rain all day, and then thunder showers tonight, and then clear up for about a week or so. But I just wanted to give a little update. Got back on the house, and as you can see, I've started decking some of this side here, and we're going to work today anyway in the rain, as long as it's not no more than what it is now. It's not too bad. It's just a light drizzle. It's just going to be uncomfortable, but I got to get that part of the roof finished somehow and get it dried in, and actually went and picked up a bunch of insulation. I think you can see it actually under the house. It'll actually stay dry. Plus it's covered in plastic, and I'm going to put a couple of tarps over it. But we picked up quite a bit of insulation. It was actually 36 rolls there. They had it on sale at a Menards. Well, about an hour drive from here, a little over an hour. But it was worth going to get, because I actually picked up some windows that were on sale and a lot of other stuff that was on sale. Anyway, I'm just showing you the backside of the house here, so you guys can get an idea. You know, I got a lot of comments, which I asked for, and I really appreciate everybody's comment. And I don't get offended very, very easily at all. In fact, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I don't mind. I actually enjoy the comments, because sometimes I get sidetracked and I don't pay attention, and I'm human. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But anyway, if you see those boards that are sticking out, they're not to keep me up there. Those are actually to keep the 4x8 sheets of plywood, oh, and plus myself, but to keep them from sliding off the side of the roof, because I'm up there by myself. Yesterday I did have my neighbor give me a big hand with some of it, and my son was out on the floor and he was up there with me, but that way I can slide them down and it stops it right at the end where it should, and I just go back and pull those back off. But that's how I do that. I've got a couple other things I'm going to show you, because I'm actually getting ready to head over to the other town where I have my radiator. The guy's still not done my radiator, but I'm going to get it, regardless whether he's fixed it, didn't fix it. Even if it's torn apart, I'm going to go get it. And I've already found another shop. They said they can have it done in 2 or 3 days, depending on how bad it is. And actually a lot closer. And I didn't know they were there. And you know, somebody was telling me, oh yeah, there's a shop over there. I'm like, I wish I'd have known that, but I took it where I did. But anyway, and you can see we actually have the tiller just temporarily up under the house there to keep it dry. But there's the actual underlayment paper, the roll roofing, not roll roofing, but the tar paper that we're going to put on before we put the tin on. Because like I said, I'm going to get this part done, get it all insulated, wired up, everything, so I can actually live in it. I've got to get a bathroom built in it, but it's not a big deal. But, okay. Actually, I'm going to walk over here. I've already let the guineas and the bannies out. I haven't let the chickens and the turkeys out yet because it's been raining. And so I've got to let them out in a little bit though, but they're smart enough they can actually get under something to stay dry. The goats are the only thing. I don't like to let them out in the rain. They don't like the rain. And they'll normally run up under the house over there if it starts raining hard to keep themselves dry. But I want to show you guys a tree stump that we burn out. It actually took us 4 days. It just got through burning out. But when I bought the property, this was an old tree. I don't know how many years ago it fell, but apparently blowed over or fell. But it was huge. I couldn't have wrapped my arms around it that's how big around this thing was. And someone had cut all the tree up basically for firewood or whatever. But they left this big old stump part at the bottom of it, and it just rotted away. It's been sitting, laying there rotting. And this will give you an idea of how long a piece it was, because you can see the ashes were, and we have piled limbs and other stuff, old wood and stuff on it to burn. But up here they like to burn when it's lightly raining, like today is a great time, because that way the fire doesn't get away from you when it's dry. It's easy to manage. But this thing burned for 4 days straight, just smoldered till it burned up. But again, it was completely rotten. But as you can see, it was from here all the way back, and that was a piece that someone had cut off, and it had rolled over from the original stump, which was over here. And I'm gonna get a little closer, and what you're seeing is the dirt that was around the roots. And if you see all those little holes, that's where the roots actually was sticking up through and in that dirt. It's kind of weird looking, but it left all the dirt just sitting there. And all these years that this has been sitting here, that dirt hasn't washed away. It's a clayish kind of dirt. And it's kind of weird because the dirt that's behind me is not clay. I mean, there's a little bit of clay in it, but it's mostly good ground. But yeah, it's really weird, all those little holes in there, that it burnt all the little roots up in the dirt out and just left the dirt sitting there with all these little tiny holes in it. And but yeah, I was kind of glad to get that because I never could bush hog this area. In fact, you see these little trees that's grown up around it. That's how long this has been here. They've grown up around this thing. And now I can get in here, clear this out, and just bush hog it out and keep it cleaned up. But anyway, guys, actually, the goats, I haven't let them out because they don't like that water, rain, but they've been doing really good. We actually don't tether them off anymore. They're so used to being here, we just turn them loose, and they stay pretty much on the property. They go up in the woods and they just browse, and so we don't have to tether them off anymore. Now we did get a new one a week ago today, actually. Went to an auction, and honestly I wasn't planning on buying a goat. I was planning on buying a couple more come spring. And again, for breeding, you know, we'll sell a few to recoup some of our costs in feed and you know, the babies that we get from them. And of course we're going to use them for meat goats. These are meat goats. But this one you're looking at right here that's standing out here is the one that, like I said, I went to the auction, wasn't planning, but I took the trailer anyway because you never know. And this will be the last one, guys. I've had a couple people comment, you got enough animals, and yes, I agree, I do. I got a lot more important things to worry about than animals, you know, because then I got to take care of them, got to make sure they have a shelter. But yeah, she's bred. She's already bred. It was a complete sellout. A farmer had sold out. I think he actually had 40-some goats, but he had some nice goats. But I got her, she's already been bred. All of his have been bred. I don't know when she's due. Of course, in the auction, you don't get that kind of information. But she really looks good. But I actually got a good deal on her because the goats, unfortunately, were, well, for him, but not for me, but we're going for very cheap. And we left her in the pen, I think, the first 3 days, just to let her get used to everything and everybody around. And then we started turning her loose with the rest of the guys. And wherever they go, she stays right with them. Now, she won't come right up to us, but she knows what a grain bucket is. If you put some grain in that bucket, she comes flying. And of course, the rest of the guys do too. But and that's how we get them in and out of the pen without having to really fight them. Just get the grain bucket, head toward the pen, they follow. But I thought I'd give you a little update on that, because I don't think I had mentioned it yet, that we had got her. But yes, this will be the last one. No more animals until the spring. Again, I gotta get the house done. So, but yeah, it's and you can see a little bit of the rabbit enclosure over there where we started building it. We haven't got it done because, like I said, you know, they're on the side of the house right now. They're covered. They're staying dry. The weather's not too bad right now, so they're okay. I gotta get the house dried in. Once I get it dried in, it'll be easier to work with. Because now it's getting darker, it's harder to work at night, but I can put lights in there. And I'll do on the next video, I'll do a little more on the rabbit enclosure. And one other thing I just wanted to add in here, the new intro on my video, a few people made a comment that they like it, which I actually like it too. But I can't take credit for that, and I won't take credit for that. My son did that. Actually, he was taking videos, and one day when we were out here working, I'm like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be helping me on the house. He's like, I'm making you a new intro. I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead. I had no idea he could do this. But yeah, he kind of asked me a few questions, got an insight on what I was looking for, what I wanted, and what I thought would look nice. And he come up with this, and I think he did a very, very good job on it. He's got a little bit of touch up he wants to do on it to clean it up a little bit, but I think he did a real good job on it, and I'm happy with it. So I just want to let you guys know, I'm okay with a computer, but I'm not that good with a computer. Give me a hammer, I can build you almost anything you want. Give me a mouse, and I'm kind of lost. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I've got to go get that radiator and get it to the new shop there, because I've got to get my tractor back and running. I mean, if all else fails, I'm gonna buy a brand new radiator. That way I'll have a spare if I have to. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.